Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the book of Deuteronomy. We're still in Deuteronomy chapter 5. Today we're looking at verse 16. We've been working our way for several days now through the 10 commandments. And today we come to commandment number 5. This begins the second section of the 10. You remember the first 4 commands form section number 1 of the 10, our relationship with God. And then the second 6 commands, beginning with number 5, talk about our relationship with one another. And it begins with the commandment about family responsibilities. So Deuteronomy 5, verse 16, the 5th commandment. Honor your father and your mother, as the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live long, and that it may go well with you in the land that the Lord your God is giving to you. So the first commandment in the second section, dealing with our relationships with one another, begins with the family. And children are commanded to give honor and respect to their fathers and their mothers, to their parents. This is the foundation of a good, stable family, which is the building block of a good community and society and a nation. Any society that's going to function well, any society that's going to work as God intended it to work, to be the kind of society God intends for societies to be, is founded on good families. And we know that. Everybody knows that. Any sociological study, any psychological study would have the same evaluation. And it's based, of course, in biblical truth. God formed us as parts of families. Goes back to creation. Isn't it interesting that even in the church we are referred to as the family of God? We draw our understanding of who we are as the church, the people of Christ, from our understanding of what makes for a good family. So laid at the very foundation of the commands is that children will honor their parents. And of course, parents should love their children and care for them and raise them in the best way possible. That strong family is the foundation of a good society. That's why this commandment has a promise attached to it. If these are the kind of families you have in the new land, in the land I am giving you, then you have a long life, and it will go well with you in the land that I am giving to you. In other words, the society that will be founded in Canaan, my people will be a strong people, that life will be good because it's based on good families. So the first commandment of the second section of the 10, this commandment number 5, but it's the first one dealing with relationships with one another, says you need to have good, strong families. So children, honor your father and your mother. Now, when the Apostle Paul comments on this commandment in the book of Ephesians, remember Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1, he says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. He is reflecting the 5th commandment. Then he also says, and fathers as well as mothers, don't exasperate your children, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. He is simply reflecting the 5th commandment in New Testament times, that in the life of God's people, the family is extraordinarily important. So we always want to be about building good homes and good families and strong families, because if you have a strong family, you'll have a strong nation, a strong culture, a strong society. Likewise, when families begin to deteriorate, when there is destruction to family life in a culture, that also lays the groundwork for the destruction of the whole country. Always look to the strength of the families. You know, there's a hymn we sometimes sing in the church, happy the home when God is there. That hymn says it well. Real happiness, true blessedness comes to homes where God is present, where God is honored. That's why the 5th commandment is so important for our life as the people of God, and for the nation and the culture of which we are a part. So the 5th commandment is extraordinarily valuable. Honor your father and your mother. This is what the Lord has commanded, so that it will go well with you in the land that I give you. Hope you join us tomorrow. We'll look at commandment number 6 as we continue our 5-minute Bible study in the book of Deuteronomy.